Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, October 27. The Ministry of Justice says it's likely to ask the UK-based Privy Council for a copy of the letter alleged to have proposed sittings of the Final Court of Appeal in Jamaica. The letter was read into the records by opposition Senator Marlene Malahoo Fort last Thursday during her contribution to the debate to adopt the Caribbean Court of Justice as Jamaica's final appellate court. A copy of the document was, however, not presented to the Upper House as requested by the President of the Senate. Justice Minister Senator Mark Golding says his ministry has no record of the letter and would need to examine the document to determine authenticity and explore its reported proposal.
I'm still expecting my colleague Marlene to produce the letter like she said she would. If she doesn't, I'm obviously going to have to ask the Privy Council if they can find from their records and produce a copy for us.
In the meantime, the Justice Minister is asserting that despite the odd sittings in places like the Bahamas and Mauritius, at the expense of those governments, the Privy Council, unlike the CCJ, is not a roving court and access for ordinary Jamaicans remains too difficult.
We don't feel that those arrangements, ad hoc arrangements, whatever symbolic purpose they may have served, constitute proper arrangements for affording access to justice to a final court. The Privy Council has never sat in Jamaica after 200 years or thereabouts of being our final court.
The Senate started its debate on the three bills which seek to make the CCJ Jamaica's final appellate court on October 16. They were previously passed with the required two-thirds majority in the House of Representatives. Foreign Affairs Minister Senator A.J. Nicholson says the United Nations remain an essential forum for the conduct of multilateral affairs. His comments came in a press release on the celebration of October 24 as the UN's 70th year of existence. Minister Nicholson says the UN remains the only institution with unquestioned legitimacy to organize the international community around the promotion of international peace and security, fundamental human rights and freedoms, economic and social development and prosperity. He pointed to the UN 2030 agenda as a defining agenda for putting people at the center of the development process. Jamaica, he says, has special reasons to celebrate as many Jamaican nationals are among the cadre of international public servants providing distinguished service. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries has pledged to adopt the Agricultural Science Department of Newell High School in St. Elizabeth in a bid to help expand the agricultural program currently delivered to enrolled students. This was disclosed by State Minister Luther Buchanan during a visit to the school last Thursday. He said the decision was part of the ministry's thrust to get more young people involved in agriculture, particularly in St. Elizabeth.
Newell High School is located within the agricultural belt of the breadbasket of St. Elizabeth. And as such, if we are serious about encouraging youths in agriculture, it is just befitting that the Ministry of Agriculture adopts the Newell High School Agricultural Department to work alongside them in terms of the technical support that the school would need outside of their agricultural department.
He said the support would also include allocating up to 10 acres of government-owned land at Hounslow to enhance the students' training program. 6 tertiary students pursuing careers in science and technology have received scholarships and bursaries valued at $1.3 million. The awards, which range from $200,000 to $300,000, were handed over during a recent ceremony under the Glencore Scholarship Fund. Science and Technology Minister Philip Paulwell says the scholarship should encourage people to take up science, technology, engineering, and math STEM subjects. He encouraged the awardees to explore the tremendous opportunities in the bauxite and alumina industry for which engineers are in demand.
As we are now building back our bauxite alumina sector, we need to have the right skill sets, the competencies, and we therefore, in the absence of Jamaicans being qualified here, we have to ensure that the youngsters are being trained in this area.
The recipients, who are from bauxite-producing parishes, are pursuing undergraduate degree courses at the University of the West Indies and the University of Technology. And finally, Jamaicans are being called on to join in the observance of Family Planning Week 2015 under the theme Building Families, Building Our Nation, a focus on vulnerable populations. Executive Director of the National Family Planning Board, NFPB, Dr. Denise Chavans, says there is need for robust advocacy on issues that affect the family and family support systems, including support to combat sexually transmitted diseases. She says important aspects of the agency's family and population planning programs include sexual and reproductive health response, HIV/AIDS prevention, treatment and care, and enabling human rights for all vulnerable groups. Dr. Chavan says the NFPB is now ready to roll out its integrated suite of services to address these and other matters.
The integration is not only going to be of great cost efficiency, but also it will provide almost a one-stop shop. Instead of going to get family planning methods on one day and then having to return another day to get an HIV test, that all of those services can now be met in one visit.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Tamar McHale. Thanks for watching.